Next, we have sports with Yao Ej Minta. Hello, Yao.
Hi there, Hawa.
What in sports?
Let's get right to it. Accra Hearts of Oak head coach Didi Dramani has bemoaned his team's lack of efficiency in front of goal after a disappointing goalless draw against Berekum Chelsea at the University of Ghana Stadium in the Ghana Premier League. The draw came on the back of Hearts beating arch rivals Kumasi Asante Kotoko at the Baba Yara Stadium in the previous round. The draw meant Hearts failed to take advantage of league leaders Midiama's failure to beat FC Samatex.
We started very well, as every team that is poised to try to keep consistency would have done. In the first 3 minutes, we created at least 2-3 chances, and that warranted us to really count for a desire to look for a goal. I think our aim was in the first 5 minutes, right? That we played to try to score so that we can have a pushing and then we can control the game the way we want, anticipating that our opponents would go long with a lower block. Unfortunately, their lower stance was not a block. They decided not to come forward, go on the transitions, but there were a lot of spaces that we still find and then still get into the final third. But I think that we were still not decisive and were not clinical enough to score a goal.
Now to Mexico, and 4 high-level football games were postponed on Sunday after the Mexican army killed the leader of a powerful drug cartel following the death of Ruben Esguerra Cervantes, nicknamed El Mencho. Cartel members burned cars and blocked roads in nearly a dozen Mexican states. El Mencho was wounded in Tapalpa, Jalisco, and he died while being flown to Mexico City. Jalisco's capital, Guadalajara, is scheduled to host 4 games in the World Cup in June, including 2 games involving South Korea. Co-host of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, Mexico, and top-rated nations Spain, Uruguay, and Colombia will also play their games in Mexico. To England, and Manchester United FC legend Edwin van der Sar has explained why several top goalkeepers have struggled at the club in recent years. In the last 7 years since early 2019, Manchester United have signed 6 first-team goalkeepers, including permanent transfers and senior free agent signings. Speaking on the overlap with Gary Neville, van der Sar spoke about Andre Onana, whom he worked with during his time at AFC Ajax.
I've worked with Andre for 3 or 4 years, I think, at Ajax. He came as a third goalkeeper and he was very eager to step up, become second and first goalkeeper. I thought, and I still think, he has tremendous qualities, reflections, with his feet, everything. But somehow he has an odd mistake in him. You said a little bit also in before. You know, when you want stability, you want to know what your goalkeeper is doing. That's in the last 6-7 years, maybe. The back four changing, the centre half changing, the midfield is changing. So the coaches are changing. So there's never been stability. So it's quite difficult for new players.
Yeah. And that's all for sports.